Alright guys, welcome to VALORANT News. Big roster updates going down last night, especially with what's going on in Tier 2 it seems as it stands. A new roster has been revealed over the last 24 hours, what may well be the Sentinels Academy. It could be an MXS, Moist Shopify type roster, could be a Dark Zero type roster, but some are speculating, given Reduxx is appearing on the roster and some of the other names involved in the conversation too, this could be some sort of Sentinels Academy going into the upcoming season. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. First of all, a few things to mention. There is an interesting announcement coming soon as well. Heretics x Gentlemate, December the 13th. They're running a nice little matchup here to just get ready for the start of the new season. T-Dog signed a contract. We'll get on to where he might potentially be in the coming minutes because that is certainly part of the conversation today. There's also this kind of interesting from Tanmay. So Jamyoung, a player who's made some recent noise in the Counter-Strike world. He won the ESL Challengers League Asian Season 48 with Tai Lu as of late. Apparently he's looking to potentially make the transition to Valorant. So that's just an interesting player to keep your eye on. Certainly the Chinese region has had lots of growth lately in Valorant, and for understandable reasons, and is arguably one of the best supported right now in terms of the way that season and league is structured. So makes sense. At the end of the day, Edward Gaming just won the Valorant World Championship. So there is lots of noise being made around Chinese Valorant right now, and you can understand why players like this would be interested in making it work. This, unfortunately, on the sadder side, though, from a Proto, we know that, of course, he's had some good opportunities in and around the VCT. Was on TSM, I believe, most recently, but he says that due to a heart condition that he has, he's, struggled to maintain the level of competitiveness that he would like. So he's decided that for now, until this condition is hopefully resolved shortly by some surgery, I believe, that he's got to go through, that he's going to take a step away from competing. So absolutely wishing a Proto the best because, never like to see health conditions for anyone trying to compete at the absolute highest level of whatever they're going to do, and anything, of course. No one likes health conditions that are affecting people's lives. So wishing him the very best. Let's talk game changers, though. This was a mega series of yesterday. We know that a tournament is coming to its conclusion very shortly indeed, and SR versus G2 Gozen was an absolute banger of the day. And look, this series deserved a map 3. The Abyss was 15-17. Finally, someone putting up a fight against Fluorescent and SR, but in the end, Flawed still goes 33-21 for the map. But the Haven, this was maybe a better opportunity for G2 Gozen. Obviously, they could have won either map multiple times, to be honest, and there were some moments during this series where the Neon was just making some kind of outrageous plays on both sides, and I think this is one of the series where incredibly entertaining to watch, but equally Neon has further raised questions on whether she actually should be allowed or not, or not allowed precisely, but you know what I mean, whether her current level of standard of how good Neon is should actually be feasible. But look, still a close win for SR. Floor goes 19-4, first kills to first deaths. The other series to determine who's going to match up in the next round was MIBR versus Zipto, and it was a 2-1 for Zipto to get them out of the way. So look, a similar story developing to last year already, a Brazilian Game Changers team making their way through the lower side, and the bracket therefore now looks as follows. So coming up pretty shortly, my time actually now, I'm back here in the UK, is G2 Gozen versus MIBR. We'll see who wins that one. Like, SR are the big favourites of the tournament. They've of course not dropped a map yet at all, but G2 put up a good fight before, and if it was to go to the grand finals, that could be a 5-mapper. I guess we'll see who even matches up with them, because we're hoping that this is going to be as competitive as is possible. But yeah, back-to-back Game Changers grand finals for Shopify Rebellion. They lock in for your grand finals on the Sunday. This, I thought as well, was pretty sad from Tara, of course, on that Zipto esports roster, and that's that it was her last run and she's going to go back into retirement. So she played before that, and now she's decided to go back into retirement again. So again, wishing the best of luck for all these players involved. Let's talk though roster drama elsewhere, because on the Sentinels front there are a few interesting things right now happening. This was spotted yesterday. So Narrate gone from Sentinels, removed. His database was updated and he was gone from SEN. Oh my god, what's happening here? And no dramas, nothing to worry about. They re-signed him to a new deal until 2026. So that's what's happening over there. That is the VCT database update that we are talking about for the upcoming season. And we also got this from Talon. They confirmed their Academy roster, Surf, and a few other names as well. So we are seeing Academies start to become a thing again. Now, Academies are not necessary as the VCT currently stands. There is an argument to say that the teams should be mandated to field an Academy roster. I'm not sure, that I fully believe in that idea unless it's being subsidized by the league. We know that the challenge right now in esports in general is to create a good pipeline, especially when you start to make the esports more serious. When esports are super grassroots, the pipeline often makes itself because things aren't so set in stone. Whereas once you franchise or partner or make a clearly defined tier 1, maintaining a grassroots structure where players can actually progress and grow and learn and go from tier 4 to tier 3 to tier 2, eventually to tier 1, is more of a challenge in effectively any esports. And it's true in Valorant as well. Now, there are some positives in what Valorant is doing. They, of course, have the, Premiere, they have Game Changers, they have Challengers, but we know, as Sean Gares has said, Game Changers doesn't really work in terms of a pipeline just because of the timing. The Tier 2 teams have to lock in their roster tomorrow. Game Changers ends tomorrow. So there isn't really much opportunity for those players to make the steps they would like to. But we know that Tier 2 to Tier 1 is a big deal, and there is an argument to say that Tier 2 would be far better supported if each team had their own Academy roster in the Tier 2 ecosystem. That would improve things in many respects, I believe. But of course, that's cost for the team, and big cost at that, and many teams simply don't have the budget to afford it. So, Riot could step in and say, hey, we're going to support that endeavor, and therefore, by consequence, supporting Tier 2, but it doesn't seem as yet that's going to be happening. However, some teams feel like they can still benefit from having an Academy roster, and that might be what we are seeing here. So, T-Dog and Sim on the same roster, but the more interesting one is on the other side. Crashies spotted, but this time with Scuba. So, there's more names going into the conversation, and this was another one. So we see Zekken, Kaplan, Zelsis, Bang, etc. playing against Crashies, Reduxx, and we'll get into who the rest of the team is going to look like here to be in a second. This most likely is apparently going to be Victor. But, wow, it's all going on right now. But based on some of the leaks that we have seen lately, there's been a fair few scrims happening between Sentinels and whatever that Reduxx team is. Now, based on various leaks and screenshots and rumors over the last few days, a theoretical roster could be something like Victor, Crashies, who are likely to stay as a duo, let's be honest, Reduxx, Scuba, which would be a mega duo, and then, maybe an in-game leader, a guy like Mitch, potentially. There's also been talk about could it be Brock as well, of MXS, but that seems a bit less likely maybe to me, but it's very interesting because that looks like an MXS Moist Shopify type roster. But of course, the other theory has been that they've got Reduxx on that roster. Reduxx is the Sentinel substitute, and they've been scrimming Sentinels a lot lately, based on the screenshots that we have seen. So that right now is the debate that's going down as to whether that roster is an MXS style tier 2 roster, and an exciting one of that. I mean, a mega team. Victor, Crashies, Reduxx, Scuba, Mitch is an incredible roster, I think, on paper for tier 2, but it might end up being an Academy roster. Of course, at the end of the day, if you're Sentinels, your Academy team, if they win Ascension, then they can't, come in as SEN Academy or SEN. They have to be sold, or, a transaction has to be made for them to go and play for another team. But, yeah, that's the interesting development today, and we'll see if that team goes anywhere, because I think it's definitely an exciting one on paper. Just one final thing to mention here. So Sanak, he's joining KC. I think he even revealed today that he had a conversation with the owner over there who convinced him that, look, you can become an absolute hero and an icon if you join this organization. And that may well be true. But as Sanak says, for competitive to be more diverse, I think we should do the following. Killjoy to have a global util, bring back the old Skydog, fix the Raze ultimate, currently somewhat inconsistent, Chamber global trap, that's an interesting idea, give more HP to the dogs on Fade, Phoenix having a better ult, which is an interesting one, and then of course nerf Neon. So what do you guys think about these selection of ideas? Because I think that Sadek's probably on the money here in terms of which agents might need addressing, and well, is he on the right lines or is he not? That, I guess, is a matter for debate. But very much interested in your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments below. Wanted to share this quick little video here from Ethan as well to close out the video, so hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, Ethan here. Just wanted to give you guys a little inside scoop on how prac's been going after the Sentinels tournament. We had a couple days off after that, but now we're back on the grind, and we'll probably just keep practicing all the way up until Korea in December. So the team's been looking good, especially the new guys. Adam, Verno, Bonkar, the coach. Everyone's been, super focused, super locked in, I'd say. So it's been good. Obviously, Verno and Adam are insane from what you guys saw in the matches. So super proud of them, and they've been working really hard. And Bonkar too. He's awesome. He puts in a lot of effort, helps the new guys, helps us, learn stuff that he's brought from Tier 2 and from Europe and stuff like that. So it's awesome. Got a good group of guys, and I'm excited for Korea. And see you guys later. Peace.